Good morning, and welcome to tea time. Today is an English breakfast tea, finest in the land. Not this land, but the England. We're gonna be starting things off right with a nice sip of that, and then getting right into it. So, cheers, everyone. All right. So today we're working on some robot computer vision related stuff. I want to figure out how exactly we get like packets off of a Raspberry Pi, let's say. Let me turn that on. Over the local network to a PC running a kind of like network local network server. So yeah, we'll figure out how to do that, progress that up to sending and decoding like image files, and then eventually the hope is turn that into real-time video and be able to expose that through probably not this site, because I think this is a GitHub pages. It might use up too much bandwidth to do that, but expose it over the internet so you can like look in at the at like a live video feed and check that stuff out. Yeah, so I guess let's get started here. So the first kind of precondition we're working with is we're using OpenCV for the actual computer vision part of this. That is like liable to change though. Oh shit! Hold up, got a bad work thing. Uh-oh. Work might have just turned off a remote desktop on all of our work laptops. That would be very bad. Ooh, that would be very, very bad. Let's hope not. Oh Jesus! Oh God, that really throws a monkey wrench into things. Work, bastards. All right, work IT. Okay, but yeah, that's what we were saying. We're using OpenCV for the computer vision stuff right now. This, the core version of it provides bindings in C. And of course, there's Python bindings too, kind of made, I think, first party. And some other languages. I don't think that should really force us to choose one language or another for this task. In fact, I'm kind of open to like learning some other languages here, especially branching out into kind of like into the web networked land. Like I've taken a look briefly at like Golang, but like Golang and Odin, Rust, all these things. But I'm really looking for something that I think I can just like easily open up network socket and just pipe stuff through. So what are we gonna do here? So let me think. I don't know if I've ever done this directly in C. Excuse me. I've worked with a couple of network modules in C, but using kind of a very specific hardware. So I did it for this project, these two back in college. where we had like an ESP32 microcontroller. This is sort of like a better version of Arduino. Oh, also, I should take a look at Dino at some point. But yeah, the ESP32 is like some like little chip that you get on, basically, looks like a mini Arduino feather board. It's just like higher spec than whatever it is they actually put on like an Arduino, whatever Atmel chip. And it's got built-in Wi-Fi Bluetooth. So if I were to like look in here, I don't really remember what the solution was for like the actual networking. We might have not even gotten all of that to work. No, I think we did. This was like a group project thing. Let's see if we can find like Bluetooth. Not that that's gonna really help here. So I don't think my Pi 3 has Bluetooth. Pi 3B plus. Or a dedicated network chip like the newer ones, unfortunately. Is power over Ethernet? Oh no, it's got Bluetooth. Okay, good. I wonder actually if I can sniff that right now, if I can see what's going on there. Let's take a look. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, yeah, not seeing anything in here. But again, this was like some very specific hardware, using like, I think a bunch of, ESP32 specific libraries and some free RTOS shit in there. That actually might be good to figure out, because I feel pretty confident in assuming that to get a robot working, you're gonna have to do some actual like real-time stuff. And then did some networking on this project, which turned into the code for this thing, Pugfish, which is a like senior capstone project. Here, this thing, we were sending network packets using a built-in like radio board. So I think it's the M0 LoRa. Yeah, here we go. So this is a like feather board, which is like a Adafruit's version of an Arduino, and it has this chip on it for sending radio waves out. So we were blasting that stuff because it's pretty low power, pretty easy to configure. But I think like the data rate of that is like just pretty crappy. Yeah. So again, probably not the correct solution here, but I think as far as I recall, all we have to be doing is creating some kind of packet, and we just chose to do it in JSON, and if it's using like network JavaScripty things, like if set up like some nginx server with and just use that it will probably look like a constructed JSON packet, and then do that stuff. All right, so yeah, let's see here. So let's just look up stupid Raspberry Pi send data over network. Actually, the thing I really want is how to send real-time video feed over network, because that's like the goal here, right? So it looks like so there's some OpenCV. Okay, so someone's done like a Python thing. I can't imagine it's very performant because it's Python, and it's doing some real-time thing. But we can try this. Yeah, because we can just use like Python just has some like open socket library available that we don't have to screw around with, which is just why I'm a little hesitant to do this in C. Is the amount of screwing around. Like I don't think STL has any networking things built into it. I could be wrong. Data now. Yeah, there's like an IO stream. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you can open up like an IO stream over the network or anything. Yeah. I don't think so. What am I looking at? Which one? Is this just showing me all of them, or showing me 11? I didn't even know 26 like was implemented yet. Oh, because it's not. It's not an MSVC. That's kind of crazy that what is it? That GCC and Clang get this shit before MSVC does. That's pretty wild. How much money do you think Microsoft dumps into their C compiler? I don't know. I wonder if it's like just part of the like Visual Studio bucket, or if it is something else. Not. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But anyway, like I don't like network library. If I were just like looking here, there's something lib WebSockets. So we could probably just use something simple, right? What is this? what is this screen I'm looking at here? I thought no, they host themselves on here. Oh, GitHub mirror. Yes, please. I would like it to look a little bit better. Oh my god, look at this thing. That is an awesome picture. Okay. Alright. Oh wow, look at all the things this supports. Yeah, so we would probably be using someone else's networking library, because I don't know enough right now to figure out how to like re-implement HTTP. not a clue. Maybe someday. Splay stack. I want to see, can I do like real-time video stream on this? I don't know. We'll keep that around. Well, let's look at real-time video stream. Tensor stream. Oh, that sounds plausible. Decoding to CUDA memory. Okay. So I don't really know how to do CUDA stuff, but I have a feeling it's one of those things you're gonna have to figure out for this. For deep learning tasks. How do I just, initialize this to watch it? Will it like actually just post to there? I don't know. I think there's only one way to find out, right? So I need to like pip install or let's make a and then we want to pip install TensorStream. Damn it. Damn it. How do I... Really? I have to go through this in a browser? That's fucked up. None of these look like that one I was just looking at. Install. Oh, are they not on there? Oh, I have to actually build this from sources. Okay, fine. Let's do that then. Dependencies, CUDA, FFmpeg. Oh my lord, that is a lot of stuff. Oh fuck! No, go away. go away. Alright, so we got that. We need FFmpeg. I think I have FFmpeg already. Yeah, okay. NV codec headers. Oh, I should bookmark that though. No, that's what I was just looking at. Where does it want me to put these headers? Can we use TensorStream and Docker containers? Convenient for whom, though? Convenient for whom? Oh god, this I might just want to do this in WSL. Oh man, people do not make it easy to set their shit up on Windows. You have to pollute your path to hell and back. But we'll clone this. Alright, what about PyTorch? This is like big, right? This has got to be on pip something. So one question I have, now I don't know anything. I don't know the first thing about nothing. Why do all the deep learning or machine learning, computer vision people, why did they all gravitate towards Python? Like I don't know, because it seems I don't know like how much they actually offload into your GPU to do fast stuff. Like is there like a totally decoupled front end here that like you don't really have to give a shit how fast Python is to do your thing? Because otherwise, like it seems crazy to me that you're just like, you know, hobbling yourself right at the start. And again, I just don't know even close to enough to say like what is going on here. Anyway, so we might want to install. This is probably gigantic, right? I'm guessing. They should make that a something default on the GitHub page that shows you like how big the repo is to know if you should clone the whole damn thing or not. That would be very nice of them. Anyway, let's just look for it. probably be on pip, right? Yeah. It hasn't been updated in like 5 years though. What version are they on now? Oh, much later. Oh shit. Why is that so out of date? But why? Placement of NumPy to use power GPUs. Or blah, blah. Fucking gobbledygook. Okay. Use tensors, aka ND array. Now I don't know what a tensor is, but apparently it's an ND array. Good to know. I think I took a machine learning class back in college, but I did not do very well because I was doing my internship at the same time, and internship won out versus machine learning class. Internship did not win out versus the operating systems class. That one was really fun. Gigantic pain in the butt, but I did unfortunately not do so well on signals and machine learning that semester. Wish I had. Okay, but you know what? Fuck it. We might have to. Oh, PyTorch. Wait, that's what I looked up. Yeah, but like this is some version of it from fucking 5 years ago. So that cannot be right. Yeah, shit, I might have to. Oh, it's just called Torch. Oh, look, and it picked all the right things for me. Because I think the C++, this is a wrapper on top of the Python. My goal in life is to minimize the amount of fucking wrappers I'm using. Because the more wrappers you have, the more bullshit you gotta deal with. This is my opinion here. Okay, so let's try pip. I don't know if conda is preferred. They put it first in the list, so I can only assume. If I do that, will I get it everywhere? I guess I would prefer that. Uh-oh. Whoa, that just like really held up. Alright, this CUDA thing is 3 gigs big. Holy smokes. Okay. Oh wait, that's right. Okay, so we got a lot of big packages to download. Alright, CUDA is done. That's good. I think now is a good time for a quick bathroom P&T break, even though I just finished. I still gotta go. Be right back. Yeah, so there's more stuff going on. There's always more packages to download. love this thing. I got this from Mayleaf in London. This is maybe the single most coolest freaking piece of teaware I've ever bought for myself. Not the coolest piece of teaware I own in general, because I've got some cool stuff. I've gotten some good ones over the years, but this one is like very very functional, very cool. No drips. You don't have to screw around. This like lid here is magnetic, so you can like very precisely, very well control like when you stop extracting and get the tea right where you want it. And I love like glass teaware where you can kind of see like the real color of the liquid, which you don't always get if you're in a clay or something. But the problem with glass, of course, is that it like radiates heat very easily, so it doesn't work as well for types of tea that require higher heat over a longer period of time. So it's very good for like green teas. I'm trying it with this black tea blend, the English afternoon tea, as it was called on the tin. It's not bad. I've used this with a few black teas, and those have been they've produced some pretty good results. But with oolongs, I've had like a little bit more trouble with it. Oolongs, I think you really need like better heat over time for them, especially once you get into like the later brews of it with doing it for a long period of time. Okay, so this thing is like still complaining about something. I don't like how much how much bullshit I have to install to get this working. Because all I was trying to do was just was this shit. Oh no, that's not even where were we? Tensor stream. Yeah, I don't know. Is this even like the move here? So I think the advantage of using this thing is, probably the fact that most of the other machine learning people are using Python already for all their shit. So we can still try it. Oh fuck! But I have to go set all this stuff up on my Pi as well. Okay. Now what I don't know is how my Pi 3 does graphics, 'cause that's probably important. Because it, like, if this thing is trying to take advantage of CUDA, and this thing is like using some garbage, garbage thing that doesn't support it, then we get a problem. Product brief. I think they'll have info in there. Okay. Okay, fuck off. That didn't really have anything I needed in there. More detailed information. Yeah, I want to know. Graphics. Also, like, oh my god, the old Pis used to have look ridiculous. Square corners? Who do they think? They're gonna stab people with those things? Okay. Yeah, so it's probably on this Broadcom chip. Video Core 4. Hmm. Yeah. Video Core 4 is the 3D, so it popped up here. Yeah, so I'm a little suspicious here. So my counterpart here on this project has a Pi 4. And I'm a little worried that whatever I build out is not going to be to use on Pi hardware is going to look a little different. Where's the hardware doc for this thing? Why do these websites all look fucking different? Heck back. Yeah, this one also is using the probably built-in video core into the Broadcom chip. Excuse me. Yeah, so this thing supports like a much way better specs of of MP4 decode, H.264 encode. Yeah, I don't really know that much about video encoding decoding, so that might be part of this exercise here. Yeah, we've got like some totally different version of OpenGL supported as well. Yeah, I don't know. That's freaking me out a little bit here. So what? Like, where's that equivalent page to tell me about the Broadcom chip? I don't know. And how does this look on the Pi 5? No, come on. Why do I have to download these as PDF? Come on, guys. Yeah, like this is Video Core 7 GPU supporting OpenGL. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how much what support for any of this shit looks like, or how much I have to write of like old versions of OpenGL to get things working. That's a little that's like a red flag to me. When did the Pi 5 come out? It was pretty recently, right? Because they put like an AI hat on this thing. Should I sign up for the newsletter? So it looks like it came out like last year, basically like a year ago. Okay, so probably they're not making a new one anytime soon. Anyway, this thing freaks me out a little bit. This tensor stream, because of how many like different dependencies it has, and especially the CUDA memory thing, because I don't think I don't think that my Pi 3 has CUDA memory. Yeah, like I think this is on my, yeah, this would be on the actual GPU. Uh, OpenCL. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. Let's just look up directly. Pi 3B plus real-time video stream. Problem I have also is my I don't have one of these Pi cams. I have like my webcam right here. So I might have to switch that over. Does it, you have to use the camera module? Hopefully not. Okay, so RTSP or Python. Because my assumption is that if I look at my resource utilization on OBS, like we might have a problem there on the Pi, because that's like probably half of my memory gone. It probably is not doing quite what I wanted to. Okay. Oh God, look at that. Look at all that stuff. Shit. I think I might need another webcam here. We might have run the run at the point. Now, can I just use, where was that, like how to configure your camera thing? Like do I need a camera module? Like is there some sort of like hardware thing it's doing through the camera port that I can't just get through like a USB webcam? Maybe. Probably. I don't know. Okay. So, look at that. So like there is some maybe BIOS setting that I have to, oh no, this is, what? There's a TUI for this? But what does it do? Then you have to reboot. What is that actually doing though? Is there just like some service? You have to use Raspberry config. Yeah, like I don't know about all that. This seems like a little crazy here. All right, well let's take a step back here. So what have we got? We've got some like real crappy hardware with no camera. I have a USB camera. If I try to set up, like I'm already streaming video out of my laptop right now. Should I just try to go scale back down to the send packets over the network thing? Because that I think would be good to know. Is how to actually like pass data like that over network and then open it up or consume it in like a front end like a front end that's using like React or something. So if I were to do like React native get network packets. Networking. Haha. Okay, so they have some fetch API for using HTTP requests. Okay. Okie doke. Using other networking libraries. WebSocket. TCP. Okay. Yeah, so this will be some kind of science project here to get this working, I think. But I think it's probably worth doing like this. So I think I will need, we can try doing this in like through here, because basically the architecture of this is going to look like, well, we can whiteboard it out. You know, we got our like Pi with camera, right? And that's living on some kind of like robot platform. This is communicating to some other thing over the network, which is, you know, like web server on desktop or mobile. Which then is going to pipe out to some front end thing, right? Probably React. So we've invented a 3-step process here to serve video to myself. Yes, correct. Overcomplicated? Probably. Because what are like the conditions of this thing that we actually need to account for here? Someone probably around here has to do some, or like actually like on here on platform there has to be some like real-time data processing to figure out what objects are, because I think I think if you offload that like object classification to like some remote server, that then your network speeds are probably, especially over wireless because it's a robot running around, are going to be several magnitudes slower than doing than like communicating between the processing here and the actual robot platform. So this might need to be like 2 chips that are sort of talking to each other, and this is assuming, of course, that this action is very expensive, which I think it is on the CPU, right? I have no reason to think it's not. That like on the web server, this thing is not really responsible for that much. It's responsible for just consuming video feed over the network. And maybe like you would display like some results, like display results, prompt user for manual labeling, something like that. And like the kind of interesting, ambitious thing was like 3D rendering of like a scanned environment. So we could figure out like, from if you have your Pi robot running around, the idea is you run around like a room, you have it kind of scan everything and figure out what like all the objects in it are, And once you have that, then you can pipe all that data. You know, like what everything in the room is, like what the environment actually looks like, and you can do stuff with that. So the stupid application, stupid like number one application was control robot arm, tell it to pick up specific objects, put them in like a corner or something, right? Uh, you know, not a very good use of it, but probably good enough to, or hard enough a problem to that it'll expose us to solving all of these problems, right? And so yeah, does this web server need like some way to like store this information? Because you don't want to have to like rescan your room every time. This is probably over engineering it. Let's just assume for now that whatever information we get out of the pie, we'll just keep in memory. It'll be like in memory on here. It'll be in memory on here for a bit. We can figure out like how to make it persistent later. This 3D rendering thing too is like a probably later task that we offload somewhere. I don't even know if React 3D rendering, React. Physically based 3D rendering engine for React. Can I get a picture? Can I see what this looks like? No. Oh my god, what am I looking at? Why is your website so laggy? And how do I get one of these profile pictures here? Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, see, so like that is the kind of thing that I would need. This is also kind of funny because their website is really slow, but they're saying how fast they are. I'm sure like these apps are faster, but kind of funny. How much of that is also like because I'm streaming right now? Not that much, it seems. Like there's something effed up going on. Yeah, let's take a look. Oh my lord, look at that. Can we identify the culprit? Yes, I think we can. Holy smokes. No? Ooh, no, that's just the main thread. I think, wait, was that using like 500 megs of RAM? Ooh. Yeah, pretty big. Okay. Yeah, so we can send arbitrary data over sockets in React. Fine. Can we send real-time video? Because one thing we could be doing is using, like, sticking a phone on a robot and making that into the client. That is, because that has like a great camera on it and like a good processor to do like image classification stuff. Like the iPhone fucking does that in iOS already, but it's not. I don't know. We probably don't want to be sticking a whole phone on a robot. Now this again, that makes it harder because we have to build. I have to try to build something with a Pi, and I'm not. This is like not the one that is going to be on the robot. So I don't know what I can get away with here. This kind of stinks. It might be. It might make more sense to. I had like a different project to kind of try out here. That was blah blah. That was this one. So make like a mobile app to track fitness. You know, there's like a million of those out there, but it's like a good enough thing that it's like a CRUD app basically that I actually would use. And the idea was just kind of, you know, render it out to a visual that looks like this to the GitHub contribution map, because I like that. Mine looks pretty bad right now, unfortunately, but we're trying to make it better. But we'll figure something out. Okay. Yeah, I think we might have to do that, because like this real-time video feed off of the Pi, I'm a little skeptical of doing a bunch of shit in Python and relying on like that thing that was using some sort of acceleration, right? So let's like not do that for right now. I think it'll be easier to work on some mobile app screens. Okay, so what do we want these screens to look like? So I want like one screen where I have, let's see. What are the things I'm doing? So this is like an enter data screen. Now my workout looks like this. I'm doing like I'm doing like a, you know, some X amount of or let's see, like some amount of pull-ups. I won't disclose that information. It's very secret. Some amount of like rows, not really, you know, like TRX rows. I don't know what I would call that. That's not what I want. Suspension row. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing there, right? And then some dips. So I want something easy where I can tell this thing what a set looks like for me, and then I just press like I have like some default values for how many reps of those I did, right? And then I click to move on to the next set, and when I'm done, you know, it'll post to some database locally, or for this we might want to try like, you know, again, over network to my computer here, just to test this out, and then we, from the database, we render out to the map type thing. I think that sounds reasonable, right? Okay, so what would that look like? So we would have like the name of the work. So this is up here. Let's say like set number X. And we want like some big button to be able to just like enter or like up down this, or let's see, last current So this is like, let's say you did 5. Ooh, come on. Scala draw fails me again. Or like it, yeah. Whoops. And then maybe like plus minus to, this is, so these ones are like a text box. And you can like plus minus them maybe. Just to make it easy. Okay. And then you press a button down here. It's like I finished my set. Some other things that would be you would want is like some rest timer in between sets, maybe. You need some way of actually, choose workout to build set. I think we can do that later because we just want one set here. This is for me, for my personal use right now. This is like the main screen we care about during the workout. So it's gotta be like pretty easy. It should. I would want it to auto-populate all these numbers because like chances are I'm going to kind of hit all this stuff. I need to figure out choose number of sets 2 out of like 3, right? Okay, and then that would take you to, this screen where you'd render out like workout complete. Yes, nice. And then you get some like stats, blah blah blah. And then you go to this screen, which is like probably more useful. That is the GitHub like activity tracker. Workout history. And then it's some grid. So let's just like, I don't want to have to make one of those on Scala draw. So we will just literally just pilfer it off of here. And then like, rotate it. Yeah, so it would be like something of this nature. yeah, there we go. Ooh. And that's even like a stretch goal. Because I think not the most important screen is this, and then just posting to a database that I can access in some way. We can make the data visualization look nice after, but then like if it's not easy to just enter in my workout, then it's not worth using, right? I'm building this for me to use and to learn about how databases work and to potentially do some networking stuff. This is a achievable goal here, I think. Okay. So let's see, got like 45 minutes left in our work stream here. I think before we move on, it's time for another P&T break, and then we'll get things grooving. This I think is like a pretty may take like 2 or 3 days to do. I think just creating this screen, I don't think I have enough time to do it today, but probably I could have this done by tomorrow. Just like a static screen with these elements in it, figuring out how to connect it to a backend database and how to actually like deploy that or use that on mobile. Number 2 might be another day. Then we'll see, because this like might be like a component that I can grab somewhere. And yes, this app probably exists, but probably exists already. But you know, it's fun. We're engineering stuff. Engineering stuff is sometimes you have to reinvent the wheel. Okay. All right. Well, it's time for a break. Be right back. It's always tea time around here. Yeah, the only problem is that this thing is like the last bit of tea in like the lower reservoir sometimes gets stuck. Like the angle of this going down is like not great enough, maybe. That, you know, you have to like tilt it a little bit. It's not too bad. Like the tea in the upper reservoir gets away from the leaves, which is like number 1 priority. But it's like not quite there. This is like a much better version, I think, than Mayleaf had like some version of this that was kind of like all plastic at some point. And this is like a glass version with the metal thing. It's awesome. It's really great. But that is like, I think one flaw, unfortunately, in this thing. Okay, so time to groove here. we are going to clone oh god. I'm so bad at using the copy paste PowerShell commandlets that I have to do this by hand or I'll fuck it up. We're going to clone this. Oh my god, that's gigantic. Oh shit. Holy crap. Oh, that's probably like all the Gradle stuff. We're going to clone this and use this as our jumping off point for this fitness UI. Let's see, you got a lot of fun like dead projects here. But you don't build a robot without breaking a few eggs, you know. It doesn't really make any sense. But you know what I mean. All right. Let's see. This is a lot of frickin' files here. Oh. we got a lot of stuff to copy. At some point, one of my projects here should be also to improve the quality of this live stream. And look into simulcasting this to like Twitter and Twitch or whatever. Alright, so let's do tracker. Alrighty. Yes. All right. So, let's take a look here. So where were we with this thing? So I've got a couple screens. We can probably mess around with, oh look, CUDA finished downloading. Squirrel. Oh, it means, whatever. All right, so yeah, our screen was in here on this index page. Oh, what the hell? And Neovim's complaining about, I think, me copy pasting this folder. Okay. So let's see here. So I think my sets have to be, well, let's make just make a totally static thing. So I want to render what? Some labels that say the types of workouts that are in a set, or at the top I want, my set thing. So let's take a look here. So if I do that, oops. I don't like that this doesn't attach. It's very annoying. Oh fuck! We got for Gradle. Okay, so evidently Gradle doesn't like being moved into a different directory. So I think it would have been pretty close to done by now. Maybe not. Maybe it is good. Now, I did never figure out, like, with EAS, where's Expo? So, with Expo EAS, do I still need an Apple developer account to open that up on, like, actual physical iOS? I don't know. Development build for devices. Ah, fuck. Yeah, okay. All right. So looks like Tim Cook is gonna get $100 out of me, fucker. Because I would like to use this. I would like to use this app on my for my workout, which is usually my post-stream activity. All right, what's going on here? Come on. So one thing I don't know is like real React devs, do they use React Native to actually make websites too? I don't think this is. I think this is some other web framework, right? Is this? I think this is Notion. That's that makes this website look like this. Maybe not. No, because I don't know. I also probably no, being rendered by React DOM. Well, I don't know if Notion uses React, so. I don't know. Yeah, so there's like no way for me to do this without paying Tim Cook money? So sad. Oh my god, what the hell happened here? So did that really crash out because of this thing? Alright. So I'm glad that hot reload worked though. Thank god. Okay. So how do I get some text in here? Um, that's not right. So, am I supposed to make this like a component? Is my understanding, and then, or is there like a label component already? Because I would like just like a label at the top. Because right now, that top label is the, oh fuck, yeah, there's. No, it's in my components that I built here. Where is it? I think that's from like Expo Router. Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I might want to rip out Expo Router, but not yet. I'll leave that there for now. Again, I just want to put a... I just want to render some text at the top of the screen here. Is that too much to ask? No. Oh, you just cram it in there like that. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Okay, cool. So that center justified. Where's this text styles getting used? Why is that not working? I don't understand what it doesn't like about that. For load 1 of 2, color string is not assigned. So it doesn't like this actual prop. Okay. There we go. Bingo. Okay. All right. All right, and then below that, we want yeah, that doesn't look very good. So let's figure out how to center that correctly. All right, I think I'm running out of steam here quite early, unfortunately, but you know, what's not coming, it's not coming. Yeah, we'll figure out how to center some divs, I think, another time. Let's just like commit this stuff. Gotta keep that those GitHub tracker scores up, you know. Yeah, can't miss a day. Okay, so that's probably it for today. Honestly, I think we'll pick this up tomorrow. Because I think this is like a worthy exercise to do, especially to make use of, you know, however 4 or 5 hours I spent like doing that expo tutorial to actually build something using it that is usable for me. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, we'll take it from there. This is unfortunate we weren't able to make any progress on that video stream thing. Again, it's just like that. I think I just do not know enough about how all of the streaming technologies actually work, and are using like your whatever graphics is on your computer to really feel comfortable just going hog wild with that. Like even with the, you know, the game stuff I've worked on, the actual like graphics rendering was kind of done in engine by someone else, and kind of just built a lot of stuff on top of that. And that's something I want to understand more, is actually what the GPU is doing there, or whoever is rendering the window, because it's like a step that I'm missing. It's made it a little conceptually hard to figure out some of the stuff. Like I have this, you know, this thing kind of was working on, and it's supposed like the goal is to be for the mouse cursor to, or this player object to kind of follow the mouse cursor around. But like if you look, like the coordinates of this mouse are totally wrong, and that's just because like fundamentally I do not understand how how even like this engine is actually like rendering rendering like a draw frame, and then doing all the translations on top of that to create like a viewport and all these things. That's something I just don't understand very well, and I'm not sure how much of that is, you know, specific to this engine versus like, fundamentally I don't get those concepts. So that's kind of like what I'm blocked on here, because I need the ability to follow the mouse and to like actually accurately get the mouse location to kind of do what I want to do next in this game, which is you walk around, not spinning around like crazy like this, but the player character is pointed in the direction of the mouse cursor, and you can shoot bullets towards that position. That's what I'm looking for. It's not that I don't think it's that hard a thing to do. It's just like I didn't have that for the longest time, and now I have a bunch of code that is written to really wonkily do all my like position coordinate transformations, and it's really not right. It was a problem even back in a couple of projects ago with like my Pac-Man maze game, where I think the way this is figuring out coordinates and everything is totally screwed up. Like this mouse position is like just some default behavior, I think, as part of the shader file that like I didn't touch, and I could not figure out how to get it any more advanced than that, because I would have to transform whatever coordinates this is into world coordinates to attach it to the player, just kind of what I was trying to do. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to be a lot of projects all over the place, a lot of learning to do, but trying to step through all of them to just learn more and get to a more to become a more competent engineer here, because like my current level of competence is very narrow, I think, and it's good to know that. But I'm glad, like, working through a lot of this stuff and streaming. It's been fun, even though no one watches these. I've gotten like 1 or 2 viewers of people I know directly hopping on. But it like learn. Yeah, this is probably standing up this website is probably the best looking thing I did, and that's because took a lot of that from someone else. But learning stuff, slowly building out competency in web and mobile and game dev stuff, to get things working. And another thing I wanted to do was, this is like gonna go on the projects list here, is get better at making CLI programs. This is like, I think, just a very useful thing to know. Where's my projects thing? Because I created, I spent a morning the other day making this, which is a something that I wanted to kind of create like in just base C with like using like standard libraries, bracket maker thing where it's trying to emulate that sorter website that I've shown on stream before. You just type in A or B to determine who's the round winner until you eventually sort through like a whole tournament. But the interface for this really sucks because like C on base C on Windows, no C++ even. Getting input stinks. It's really sucks, and it's like OS specific too, because I wanted to have this mapped, choosing who wins mapped to like left right arrow keys, and to do that on Windows you had to like include the like user 32 or something, and then you're like your busy bit waiting on like some async get key sync operation, some shit like that. And as soon as I hit that, I'm like, I don't. The fact that I have to use an OS specific library to grab that really stinks, because I don't want to have this is just supposed to be like a small like easy exercise. I don't want to I don't want to include fucking user 32 for that. That's insane. So I'm trying to look out for what if there's an easier way to do CLI tools, and I think the answer for that might be ditch C, unfortunately, and use Python or like take a look at Golang or something. It's a research project, or to bite the bullet and deal with some OS specific input libraries, because like to be fair, that is probably how like the OS is the one who's like piping that shit into user space for me. But I don't want to have to build out a separate version of that for when I'm on my Weasel instance. That's really stinky. Yeah, but that like building out good CLI tools, figuring out how to do that, I think it'd be very, very useful skill. Because that was my best shot at it right there. It stinks. This thing sucks. To press enter, you can't just like press the button, which is what I wanted to do, and have it work. Because I think that's just not how standard in, or not how this, the whatever thing I'm using, which is like get char maybe. We can look. Yeah, I wrote this took like a couple hours to write, which is not great. But there are a couple of things here I just had to figure out from scratch, like how to actually, because I kind of knew what I wanted to do. Developing this algorithm here to creating this data structure for it's a binary tree, right? Because it's a bracket, so it's a B tree. Making the nodes, creating an algorithm to actually go through those. Not very hard. We're just like, depth first searching, going to the left, and we're pre figuring out like what the depth of the tree is based on how many inputs you provide into as arguments into the program. So even this is like, there's some feature here that I would want to provide these entries after, is having like a menu here, like, in case you don't type in your entries now, dump or point it to some new line separated file that can grab that stuff. Yeah, so there's like ways to make this a little bit better. Yeah, like doing all this, not very hard. The hardest part of this whole freaking program really was dealing with the fact that the ability to get keyboard I/O was OS specific, and the C like standard library did not have the version of it that I wanted to just detect key just pressed, key not pressed, which is something that is in Ooga Booga, which is the engine I use. And I like looked in there, Windows OS specific. It's using, I think, user 32 like the same way that I tried very briefly to do it, and it's a lot. It's like inheriting a lot of garbage to just be able to freaking detect that you press an arrow key. That's a lot. Hence hence my search for better language to write CLI tools, and that has a standard library that actually does the thing I want it to. Yeah, so that's our project, and my unfortunately this list of projects keeps growing. My list of finished projects does not. I suppose I did finish this. I created this bracket thing that was completed, started and completed in like a Saturday morning. So that's pretty good. But yeah, everything outside of that, we got some harder problems to solve here that are going to require some more brain power, more brain processing. Yeah, so that's a lot of talking in circles. Got a lot of stuff to do. In terms of like priority, this is probably still the number one thing. So I'm working with somebody else on this project, so I can't just goof off on it and let it lie fallow forever. But I think I'm really blocked right now until I do some more research into like exactly what the hell makes sense to do on a Pi, to get all that type of stuff working. So I think trying to flesh out my front end and database mocking up skills. Oh, like actually I did something. Yes, we did something today. Yes. Yeah. Try to enhance some of that. Keep like the like JavaScript learning alive, because still trying to learn JavaScript, TypeScript here. Because I think that just generally will be a helpful thing to know. Some of this other stuff, like I think we hit the limit on like personal site being useful to dump more stuff into, unless I just like add a bunch more project content to it. I think it would be cool probably to create like a social bar with icons and everything, and make blog posts on there. But as of right now, I don't really have anything interesting to put on a blog. I don't think, because I think that will be, once I've completed a project, right, I'll be able to, I'll put something interesting in there. Yeah, I'm also investigating right now some other options instead of Ooga Booga that handle some more stuff I would want in a game engine to get me there faster. Because like my mouse coordinate issue is a solved problem somewhere else. It's very bad that I don't know why it doesn't work, but I could probably get away with it by, I think, like especially I think Raylib is fully featured enough where I could just like, it'll be like a one-liner to just implement that. SDL probably won't, because I think SDL is SDL I think is more just generic graphics window stuff than Raylib, which has some more game related things. Like I took a look and figured out to just see what capabilities these things have. This has like oriented bounding box collision built into it, which is good for me, because the amount of time I've spent trying to just like dancing around that problem, solving it, is too much. But also I have to figure out how do CMake on Windows, how to get that working and not be like a horrible nightmare to link to these libraries. Because like this is a problem that Ooga Booga solves by doing a Unity build, which makes it very, which makes it means that it just like works like this. You know, you just sub out this define for, or sorry, this include for the entry point of your game. But for trying to get anything else in there, it's kind of a pain in the butt. And also, you have one, like, nobody expects this is how you actually are like using C builds. It's like if you look at like this is a problem I have on like my LSP. Oh, whoops. Oh, fuck. Like my LSP wouldn't work until I changed that build to include, or this entry point file to actually include the Ooga Booga entry, the engine entry point directly, because it wasn't finding any of this stuff. Yeah, so I don't know. That's kind of like the problem with going off the standard, and it's just like a C problem in general. It's really annoying. Much easier on Linux from what I've used to deal with building C and using C libraries without having to break out Visual Studio. And Visual Studio just like is a nightmare fuel for me, honestly. I hate that damn thing. Yeah, too much Visual Studio at work. I don't want to get into it, but yeah, there again. My list of things to do, ever expanding. We did do one thing. We mocked up some screens in Excalidraw, which is great. Yeah, now we've got something to build, and I'm gonna have to go work out in just a second here. And I wish I had this so that I could track my progress of working out over time. Yeah, but we're not quite there yet. All right, I think that's pretty much all the time we have for now. That's enough blabbing. Yeah, we'll pick things up again tomorrow, and hopefully, you know, we'll make a little progress. Hopefully, sticking on this fitness tracker app, and really crank that out. All right, thank you for watching the stream or watching the VOD, whatever it is. You know, it's always tea time somewhere in the world. So I hope you enjoyed yours, because I certainly enjoyed mine. All right, have a good programming day.